Hi, Professor. Thank you for giving me a few minutes of your time to talk to you about MyArtsLab. MyArtsLab is our online companion to most of our survey humanities books, our art appreciation books, and our art history books. Your students are very familiar with the MyLab and Mastering platform. So MyArtsLab will be very familiar to them. They'll be able to easily register and navigate. But I do want to take a few minutes to show you our portal site, which looks very similar to the portals that they're used to get into math and biology and Spanish and the other courses that they may be using Pearson products. A couple of things that I want to point out, because it's really important to us that you as the instructor have a really good experience and the students have a good experience as well. So the portal is a place where we house a lot of important information. The first thing I want to point out is we always recommend that our users, both instructors and students, do the browser tune-up before they do anything else. They click here. We'll let you know that you have all the plugins that you need to be able to use the product. And if there's any kind of issues with needing a plugin, you can get it right there for free. It'll also let you know if your pop-up blocker on, and just very simple steps. It only takes about a minute. Under the support tab, I think it's really important to point this out as well. It's a great place to get started for you and your students. We do have a 24/7 chat line for you and students. We also have an 800 line if you do need to call Pearson. It's open 8 to 8 for instructors and 12 to 8 for students. Most of your questions can be answered here on the portal though. Clicking back over, let me click here. I wanted to point out the training. Of course, today we're going to be doing an overview, but this isn't really a training. So we want to make sure that you are well versed in what the program offers, and you can pick and choose the features that you want to incorporate in your first semester. I recommend the self-paced training is great. It's something you can do on your own. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour, and you can work through it on your own on time. The online training is wonderful. This would be there's someone from Pearson or a faculty advocate, someone that's been using the program for a while. It's usually a 45-minute to an hour overview. It's done at a specific time during the week, and we do have a schedule here. And you would be on your computer, and there'll be instructors from around the country that'll also be on their computers, and you're on a phone line, and you can ask questions, and it's really interactive. We can also come and do workshops at the school if your department decides to adopt MyArtsLab. And then finally, I really like these. These are step-by-step tutorials on just the most common things that you might need help with. So if you want to learn how to use the basics of the grade book or to assign content. Now we have intermediate tutorials for people that have been using the lab for maybe a semester or two that want to learn how to do more things. So anyway, without further ado, you are registered for MyArtsLab, so we're going to go ahead and pop into the course so you can see what it looks like. This is an instructor's view. Everything that does not have a computer with a slash through it, the students can see as well. We do put the tune-up browser again on the homepage. If students or yourself are using multiple devices, you want to make sure that any device that you use that you do the browser tune-up. We also have user guides for students and instructors over here. So this is going to answer most of your how do I do this, how do I do that, right here on the spot. A couple of things I want to point out. The e-text. The Pearson e-text is interactive. The students and yourself, you can take notes. You can highlight. And those notes and those highlights are saved. We also have the full audio text. So students and yourself, if you're interested in listening and you have connection to an internet browser, you can listen to the book being read. It's a professional reading, and it's a nice way to listen and interact with the book. If you go into the e-text, hopefully this will open pretty quickly. I do want to point out while this is opening, if you have students that have a device such as an Android or an iPad, there is an e-text, a Pearson e-text app that they can download from their app store, and this will allow them to interact with their book and the videos associated with MyArtsLab right on their iPad. They can also download chapters to their device so that they can read them offline. So the ebook is page for page, exactly the same as the print text. So you can. This is great because you can pull it up in class. Students can, if they're on campus and they want to not bring their book to class, they can just get right into the ebook here. Any searches, any highlighting, any notes that are taken will be saved over here on the left-hand nav bar, and the students can access that at any time. So obviously this is a little small. Let's go ahead and make it bigger. Okay. All right, so let's hop out of the ebook. A couple of things that I want to point out. MyArtsLab is very rich. There's a lot of things in here that you'll discover over time. The left-hand nav bar is totally customizable for you. So if you want to add or hide anything over here, buckets on the left, you can do that. There's a course calendar, so anything that you assign will be sent over to the student's course calendar, so they will be able to see if they have an assignment due. It will show up as a clock, and all they have to do is click on the clock or click right over here. In this case, the instructor has asked the student to do the study plan by October 18th, which is today, and they click here and they can begin their study plan. Since we're here, I will tell you the study plan is one of the more popular features that people like to assign. It is a great way to make sure the students keep up with their reading and make sure that they're prepared for class. And it's a great out of class experience for them. It does have them reading the chapter and then taking a pretest to show their baseline knowledge of the content, the main objectives in the chapter. And then based on how they do on that pretest, they are given a study plan. The study plan will comprise of maybe watching videos. It could be doing a closer look activity. It could be flashcards. It could be reading part of the chapter. We use Bloom's taxonomy, and the students are asked to do study activities specific to how they did on their pretest. And then we finish up the study plan with a post-test. The post-test can actually be taken multiple times, and you and the instructor, if you have assigned it, that information will go into the grade book and you can use it as participation. The student videos, these are actual college students that have maybe visited a museum, or they're at a architectural site, or talking about a painting, and they're giving it from the student's perspective. These are great videos to assign. They're great videos to show in class. Students really seem to like those. I'm going to pop down here to the writing space. This is one of our newer features. The writing assignments. This is a way that if you'd like to incorporate writing in your course and haven't really known how to do that, it's great because you can do it right here from MyArtsLab. We have several prompts already set up, and the way the writing assignments work, the students will get a prompt. They are also given quite a bit of We can take a look here at a student paper. They're given quite a bit of student of writing resources over here to the right side. Okay, this paper has actually already been graded by the instructor, and it's graded on a rubric, so you can pick in these areas here a number associated with how you feel that they did. You can also comment within the paper. Okay, and then all of the assigning and grading and then resubmitting back to the student happens all in this one easy to use place. Okay, and we're hearing from more and more instructors how important writing is to foster critical thinking and to show concept mastery and application. So we're getting a lot of really great feedback about this this tool. Instructor created is if you want to create your own prompts and post your own rubrics for those. And then we're just going to wrap it up here, and I do want to point out, I mentioned the closer looks. This is actually one of my favorite features of MyArtsLab. In every chapter, we have several closer look lectures, videos, and it takes a really deep look at maybe an architectural site. It could be a museum, something obviously related to the humanities, and it is a great, could be a lecture launcher. Sometimes they last between 5 and 10 minutes, and some of them are simulations, some of them are deeper looks into a painting or a sculpture, and instructors really like to assign these as homework, but they also make really great lecture launchers as well. Under the student resources, because there's a lot of information that students have to absorb in this class, we do find that students really like the flashcards. We have both image flashcards and term flashcards. These are downloadable to their smartphones or into their computers. If you are having the students do outside research, we have MyArtsLab and MySearchLab, which are great places for them not only to get primary source documents and content and great sources, but it's a kind of a one-stop place for getting writing help and research help as well. So I hope that gives you a pretty complete overview of MyArtsLab. We can definitely go into more depth after we take a look at your syllabus and see what it is that you think would complement what you're trying to do, your goals in your class, and then we'll come back and give you and your department a training. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.